Delhi and I have with me superstar of superstars, Yash. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to India Today Television.
Thank you, thank you.
Yash, I will talk about your film KGF 2 in a while, but I want to know more about your journey from being Naveen Kumar to the superstar that you are right now. You have come a long way. How was it growing up? I've heard that you come from a very simple and humble background.
Yeah, I'm from Mysore. I was born in Hassan, a place in Karnataka. My father is from Mysore, so I grew up in Mysore. Most of my childhood was in Mysore. My father was a BMTC bus driver and my mother was a housewife. So just like any other middle class, we were leading a happy life, and then I want to become an actor. From childhood, I've been inclined towards this, what do you call it, extra attention we get as an actor, no? For that maybe all the city marna, all this I used to like. I used to participate in a lot of fancy dress, mono acting and all of that, and I used to dance. So that used to give me a lot of happiness. So that's how it started, and I got into, it's a long story.
How did you bag your first role? And as you said that you always wanted to become an actor. If not an actor, what would you have done?
Nothing else. I never had any other options, no plan B. I just wanted to be an actor. In fact, I always believed that I want to be an actor. I mean, rather, to be very precise, to be a star. That's what I wanted to. It's not even about acting. I never realized how difficult it is, or this. It's just that I believed it at a very young age, because all my teachers, they started calling me, "Kya hero? How are you?" मतलब जब बात करते थे ना, even then they used to be like hero बुलाते थे, because I'd done some small mono acting where I told that, you know, I'll catch Veerappan and all of that when I was young. So they used to tease me with that thing. If Veerappan's any news used to come out, they used to question me saying, "Hey, you used to, kidhar hai? Pakda nahi abhi tak." So they used to make fun of those things, and I believed that one day jaake main actor ban jaunga. I didn't know how difficult it is, or how much dedication or a lot of things go into becoming an actor, or anybody who wants to achieve something. I had no clue about that, but I just wanted to be an actor.
You said that when you were in school, everybody used to call you hero. Was that the same time when you thought that you wanted to become an actor?
No, like generally in class they ask, na, what do you want to become when you grow up? So I have to say I'll be a superstar. So everybody used to laugh like
today.
They used to laugh like this. Hero banna chahta ho. So that was a thing. And like rest of this thing, all kids used to say, I'll become an astronaut, this, that, and all of that. I used to say hero. Then I don't know, from the beginning I had no other options in mind.
So have you ever met your classmates after you achieved your stardom?
No, most of them are with me. So all my childhood friends are the ones who take care of my work. So we are like one big family. So a lot of people still they are with me, and yeah, we are in touch.
How did you bag your first role? If you could tell us the story.
That's a long story. Like I said, I was in Mysore. Then I wanted to get into films. I wanted to study acting. I mean, some film institute or acting course I wanted to do. But my parents were, as usual, लगता है ना, डर लगता है सबको. It's like, why are you going? Cinema is not an easy thing. You can't get into cinema, and all of that was there. But after 10th standard, I wanted to get into acting because I was very clear. But they said, no, you have to have a degree. Then another 2 years, I completed my pre-university, PUC I did. And then immediately, I started realizing that, I'm not justifying. I was interested in studies. It's not that I don't like, but I wanted to quickly become an actor at that right age. This is the age, and I knew that I had to spend few more years, for me to understand the craft and all of that. And any profession, I feel you need to invest some time to master it or to understand. So I thought, okay, let me quickly get on, because I was very clear. My parents really, they were worried, and they said, okay, this guy is not listening to us. And then I said, no, this is it. I'll go. I'll just join some acting institute and all of that. But yeah, like we couldn't afford also at that time. So we thought, I thought somehow, you know, I'll get into theatre. I went and I joined a group called Benaka. So I left my home. It's like more like without their will. And my parents told me, okay, we'll let you go. But if you come back, never ever, you know, think of anything else, just study. And then go to job. I said, okay, fine. But give me one chance. I'll go and I'll do something. Yeah, then they thought I'll come back soon. But that never happened. So I just went and, you know, life is really strange. Sometimes if I think, there was a lot of signs. You know, as soon as I entered the city, I realized that you know, that city was too big. It was intimidating for a small timer. I mean, from a small town perspective. If you see, it is very intimidating. Any city, for that matter, can be very intimidating. So I went and I saw कि अरे यार लोग इतने तेज है, इतना population ये सब उनके इसमें busy है. And then, but everywhere I met somebody or somebody helped me. I just went and I joined theatre and I did a lot of backstage work. Eventually, while doing backstage work, I used to practice for other roles also, where some actor is late, then I used to give that dialogue, "Kyun bolte usko?" Like that, I used to rehearse, and then I was an emergency actor. If somebody is ill or if some actor is not, you know,
so
I used to just go and do that. That's how it started, and then I started getting big roles.
When you got your first break, like the big role that you got, what was your parents' reaction to it?
No, back then, yeah, they were worried, still worried, because to spend, you know, few months or this thing in Bangalore, it takes a lot, you know, difficult है. Any cosmopolitan city, वो रहने को जगह भी नहीं था, so.
If you could elaborate the struggles that you had to go through during that stage.
It was very difficult. When I went, starting from, I had no clue about the roads. I'd never gone to our capital. That's how it was. And then forget about getting into industry. Just to understand the city, it took time. And then theatre gave me a lot of this thing. I started doing backstage work. When you do backstage work, they used to pay me 50 rupees at that time. So that used to be the main income for me. And with that, I used to manage. And when I'm telling this, now it may sound like a struggle. But to be honest with you, it was never a struggle. For me, it was all exciting thing. Every day, आज एक play stage किया, and then we are going to some places. And luckily, I started my first this thing in Bombay. That's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. If you see, there was one place called Matunga. There is one Mysore Association, I think, Kannada Association was there. That's where I first stepped in, stepped onto the stage. Somebody was not present there, some actor, I think, had gone out for something. So they said, it's a small role, very small role, but I said, I'll do it. Because I was a backstage worker,
yeah.
And my director, he said, and he saw me and he said, hey, tum nahi. I was about to get onto the stage and he said, hey, ruko, ruko. And then I came back and I couldn't take it. I said, why did you stop me? He said, no, pehle dekho, seekho, baad mein acting ko aao. I said, no, you called, is anybody come? That's why I was running. Then he said, no, it's okay, you're new. Dekh ke seekho baad mein. Then I said, no sir, I will do.
And that was your first time in Mumbai also, right?
Yeah. First time in Mumbai. I went to Mumbai because रहने को जगह मिलता था ना. If you are with this theatre group, wherever they go, you can stay. Train में travel, खाना पीना सब they used to take care. So that was the only reason. Because I just got 300 rupees and I came to Bangalore. So I had to somehow manage. So practically I used to calculate and say, हाँ इनके साथ team join करके जाऊँगा तो खाना पीना सब हो जाएगा. And then eventually you can learn the craft also. Yeah, then that's when Nagabrana sir actually has played a role in this film also. The owner of that news channel ka role he has played.
Okay.
He was the director and he said, I don't know what he felt because I forced him, looking at my conviction, he said, chalo karo. First time it was there and it worked and they all liked. After that, I joined that group and I was there for a while and then got into television. Somebody saw my play and they gave me a chance in television. There also, I never wanted to get into television. At that time, in my head, I was like, no, एकदम स्टार बनना because I thought television में करेंगे तो वो fights नहीं रहेगा, dance नहीं रहेगा. That was my mindset. And then you know, life teaches you everything. You have to maintain, you have to earn for your living also. So that's when I realized, okay, chalo karte kuch whatever you know you get, you just make the best out of it. Then I went to television. And I learned a lot in television also. Because of television experience today, I'm very comfortable with any number of shots or everything. Because वहाँ पे ना practice के लिए time ज़्यादा मिलता है. It's like it's not like cinema. Cinema is a big budget and you can't go wrong here. Television initially for newcomers, it's a very good this thing because they're a little patient and it's little cozy. थोड़ा family atmosphere रहता है. And all of them used to teach me and technicalities like I never knew कहाँ पे focus देना. There are a lot of things as an actor you have to learn. All that practice started in television. So that was a very good experience and I was you know really lucky to be part of fantastic television series. All of them worked really well and with lot of great actors I could work and I could learn. That's how it started and somebody saw my work in television and they gave me a film ka thing. I mean, I was very clear about getting into film. So what I used to do is generally when you earn certain amount, I started earning. When I got into television, it was like, started with 500 rupees per day. And then second serial, I didn't want to do, so I rejected, but they thought it is for money. And they hiked it. And 1500 rupees per day, they said. I said, "Arey 500 is 1500 ho gaya." Yeah, then I did it, but I used to spend on my outfits. In television back then, we had to buy our own clothes in Karnataka.
Really?
Yeah, I'm talking about 15 years maybe. So I had to buy those clothes, but most of the people used to save the money by using the same outfits for multiple serials, and then out of that money they used to go and buy cars or invest on some properties, and they used to laugh at me saying, "Arey, what are you doing, man? You're wasting your money. You're only putting on outfits." I'm like, see, my vision is to become a superstar, and then whatever money I get now, it is not enough for me to be a superstar. But whatever the way, however I can present myself, it's okay. I can afford that, and I used to invest. So somebody noticed, saying, he can be a hero, and then I got a movie offer. That's the journey.
You already had a huge fan base across the world, but the craze for you completely changed after KGF. How did you feel after seeing the reaction of your fans, and how did you take the adulation that you got after this film?
So the KGF se pehle, there are a lot of interesting films which I did in Karnataka. So that gave me that strength and confidence, and I started realizing people are every time my collection used to go up, or the kind of love and affection I got from audience went on to becoming bigger and bigger by day. So I realized one thing: people are noticing and they are expecting something out of me. So I started taking it into another level. Matlab, I used to take time and sit, work, build a team. We all started realizing that cinema is not just about itna films kiya or kitna kamaya. It is more than that. And in our industry, I was feeling that our industry has got huge potential and we can do better things and bigger things. So we have to take control of our own steps and actions. That's how it all started. So KGF is not by chance or this thing. So I wanted something to be big. So every now and then I was trying to do that thing. But luckily we got our director Prashant Neel. So his movie Ugram, he had done a movie called Ugram. I saw those visuals and I was blown. At the same time, my production house, Hombale Production, is a fantastic production house. So we had aligned together. So we did one movie before KGF also, and we wanted to do more films. So we were thinking. At that time, Karthik Gowda, our executive producer, he also had seen Ugram, and he went and approached Prashant. So they came to me with a script. I had already seen Prashant's work, and I was like, I was in love with what he had done with Ugram only. Then we sat together and we understood the potential of the director and producer had a vision, and I wanted to take our industry to the next level. So we said we'll make a very big film in Karnataka. This I think we decided in 2013 or 14, and we announced saying we are making a big film. We heard it was a small thought what Prashant shared. In fact, it was the smallest part of a story which he narrated, all this mines ka part. Then I felt, Prashant, this is like, only that can be a story. Why are we putting everything into one? He said, really? I said, yeah, that itself is interesting. This can be done in a different way. So he said, okay, and then he developed it. And the way he developed it, and I got that confidence, and all of us, producer Vijay Kirigantur, Hombale Productions, Prashant, we all of us sat together and we realized that this has got huge potential. Initially it was for Kannada industry. I mean, whatever market we had, whatever reach we had. But we wanted to make the biggest in that market, to explore that market and to penetrate in every nook and corner of our state itself. It started, and I don't know, people, they get to know when you're working really hard or when you have a vision, they understand. But ये लोग बहुत अच्छे तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं. The big is coming. So it all started. But the previous film, there was one film called Mr. and Mrs. Ramachari. In the process, that became a blockbuster. Highest back then in Karnataka. For me, it was the biggest hit. So that also gave us confidence to put in big budget, more this thing. The market was growing. And then when we started, I saw the way Prashant was working and the kind of shots. We all had that absolute clarity because we spent a lot of time on scripting and all those aspects. So KGF was a struggle. KGF is not something like, okay, itna budget dala, ye film hum kar denge. It is not that. KGF was something like अपना ये underdog story होता ना, it's like that. I always used to joke saying ours is a Lagan team. So when we did KGF in Karnataka, I truly relate to that story where I wanted to understand the capacity of the industry, people to understand the capacity of our industry and where is the barrier. If you make a good film, everybody will watch it. So it just started like that, and then the way it was shaping up, I kind of realized saying this can be a pan-India this thing. I mean, multiple languages, we can take it. It will cross boundaries. People will enjoy this story. Prashant was not, happy. He says, no, for outside we have to make it in a bigger way. I said, whatever you're creating, the visuals or the whole this thing is on another level, and I kind of forced him, saying, chalo chalte, kuch nahi hoga. So that's how it started. So last minute, we said yes. Everybody decided that we will go. So that was the struggle. Then we met Anil Tadani ji and Ritesh Sidwani ji and Farhan Akhtar ji. All of them, they came, and this part of world we went to every state. We associated. Luckily, Bahubali released, and that time that gave us confidence. Rajamouli sir just came with the biggest budget film, and we were thinking of taking it to other languages. He also showed us a way that worked, and we just went in and people accepted. KGF, last time if you notice when we were here, it was like everything was new. We just wanted to we just wanted to entertain the people, so we knew we had a great product, and we came and we just released and people accepted with open arms. That's the story of KGF.
Prashant also mentioned that you wrote most of the dialogues in the film. What was the process of creating Rocky and your involvement in every step of it?
No, I think he was too sweet to give me that credit. There are a lot of other people. There's one guy called Chandramouli. He's the dialogue writer, and Dr. Suri, he's another person who has written dialogues. Prashant himself. I have given some input. Generally, as an actor, you get involved in a few things where you give your ideas or this thing. I get involved in every aspect of cinema. I love this cinema ka har ek dimension mein. I want to har ek department mein I get involved. I like it. So this is also a process. Dialogues as a character, you will feel okay. This thought process can be there. in this particular scene, and those kind of things. And wo Prashant na, he thoda, he always loves his heroes, and especially he has always been, you know, very supportive, so he has just given unnecessary credit.
Given how well KGF did at the box office, was there any performance pressure on you for the second part?
No, see, it doesn't work on the. It was already written. Nothing to do with how much success we got. Of course, we were actually we were empowered.
Yeah.
It's the other way around. The pressure was not there. Pressure was taken off from our shoulder because audience accepted it, and they said, "Fine, okay, you want to go bigger? Please, we are here to watch." That's the signal we got from audience, and we got good amount of budget from our producer. He was first time also. It was beyond what we expected. Second time, even he was like, "Chalo leke chalte." So it's all about people gave us support. Now whatever visuals you see, it is not because we have created. They have given us that respect. They have given us that chance to go on another level. So it all credits to audience.
I'm also noticing that you're speaking in Hindi. Take us through your experience learning the language. Was it easy, difficult? How did you learn it?
No, yes, in school we had Hindi as a third language, but yeah, you know, if you're conversing in the language, then you will be familiar with it. If not, you forget. I mean, I understand it completely, but when we speak, वो थोड़ा हिचकिच रहता है. I think I was better before in childhood, but then we don't speak Hindi there. But after bringing it to this part of the world, you have to speak in Hindi.
Yeah.
I had to speak in Tamil. I had to speak in Telugu. Malayalam is one language I am not able to crack because Tamil and Malayalam, I feel it is close. And then if I start, before learning one language, if I get into another, then it will be a mess.
Yeah.
Already I am killing most of the languages because they say you have to kill the language before you learn the language. I mean, जो भी गलती होती है होने दो.
Yeah.
But I try. I give it a try because back in Karnataka, we feel very happy if somebody comes there who stays there. If they speak in our language, no, we give that extra respect, or it brings a smile.
Yeah.
So I think we have to give that respect to that land and that land's culture. As an Indian, we have to respect each other. India is a very unique country, diverse this thing. So we have to understand every culture as an actor. Tomorrow, if I am playing a role, especially in this movie, he's from Bombay, so he has to have that thing also. And it's all about how much we love you. If we show that respect, people will give it back. So that's an attempt. That's all. I know I'm pretty bad, but genuine attempt is there.
No, you're absolutely fine. But of course, talking about language, like you said, Bahubali, RRR, then there was Pushpa, of course your KGF, all these films did really well at the box office. So does this annoy you when you're often asked that, to talk about or address the Bollywood versus regional language films?
No, it won't. It is not annoying, but it's like, I feel it is outdated. You should move on. Things have changed. People are coming to theatre and watching. It doesn't matter whether it is coming from south or north. I don't like it when people say, it's a dubbed film. So I understand dubbing it doesn't mean that there is less effort in dubbing. Even in Kannada, we have to dub. That's a process. You shoot in that language, and then you have to go and dub it for that quality to reach audience. Likewise, we do the same with other languages, but we have not taken it for granted. Of course, why they say that is also because a lot of our films would have sold to some random companies. They buy and they give it to dubbing this thing, and the dubbing quality is not up to the mark. That's why they may call it as dubbed films. But these films, what we are doing now, we are putting an extra effort. More than Kannada version, we have spent time on other versions because we wanted to get that thing right. It should look original. It should look proper, and we change the dialogues also sometimes according to the regional sensibilities. So a lot of work goes into that. So we should always consider this as a straight film, regular film. So this is an Indian film, and it has got multiple language options.
Yeah.
Whichever language you want to see, you can see it. That's it. So when somebody tells me that, yeah, of course it's a dubbed film hai, especially in trade, they used to tell, sir, it's a dubbed film, so the business. I said, no, just go by the way people are watching it, how people are excited about the project. So that's a outdated concept, and if you're still thinking about Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood, ये 3 साल अभी कोविड में भी 2 साल गया. At least we should understand now. Just imagine if you start any product, say for example biscuit or paste, what is that company's vision? To reach to many people. है ना? So if you want to have that bigger this thing, you have to reach every nook and corner. But in cinema, how do you reach? There is a language in every region, so you have to cater that this thing in their language if they are okay. Some people may prefer watching it in Hindi, in so many other places. It is up to them. But we are making a film for everybody, and we are giving you options. Whichever language you want to see, and equal effort has been put. Next time onwards, I'll definitely dub for this thing, so they get that original this thing also. But having said that, all the dubbing artists who have dubbed for, it's not like one day mein, 2 din mein khatam karke gaye. They have come like 10 times or 15 times. Even for one dialogue, we have asked them to come to Bangalore, or we have gone to Bombay. That much work has gone into that. And the way we look at those things should be changed. If not, we are disrespecting that kind of work, and that culture nahi jayega. It will not come up, I say.
Is there one filmmaker that you always wanted to work with and you haven't been able to?
No, it's never like that. See, I've always been concentrating on what I have to do next. After that, I don't think about anything else. But I would love to watch everybody's film, everybody's work.
Have you seen RRR?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You know, I have not seen RRR or Kashmir, anything, because we are completely involved in this post-production work. I want to watch it, but I don't have time. You know, there are a lot of things we have to do, especially when it's a pan-Indian film or a multi-language film, whatever you call. It's so difficult. Marketing thing will be there. Their expectations are different, and I get involved in every aspect of cinema. So me and my director will be discussing so many things, too many things happening, and movie watching is like. And I've been only watching KGF now.
How was shooting with Sanjay Dutt? Was there any one moment that you felt that, you know, you were blown away with his acting skills?
Every time, yeah. I was blown away by looking at the dedication he had and the commitment he had, even after working for 45 years. That's amazing, because the kind of energy they bring in, senior actors, if they are bored or if they say, "Arey yaar, kya hai?" and they come to set, then even we'll be demotivated. But it was very exciting, the way he was enjoying after each and every shot. He used to come, he used to look at the monitor, and he used to be so happy and say, "Kya lag raha hu main?" and all of that. That used to be fun, and I really admired that quality. And yes, of course, he's a seasoned actor and such a legendary figure in cinema industry. He always gave his best.
Is there one message that you want to give out to your fans? And I would want you to give out in each language that you know.
Fans, what can I say? I am here because of them. When nobody else believed in me, or when nobody else, I think they are not biased. Fans are always the strength behind every actor. It's not that I've done the greatest work. It's not that I've always been doing right things in cinema. I would have done an average film also. I would have done great films also. But they treat you with so much love. Sometimes it's more than us. It's their capacity and their expectation which drives us. So they have been always supportive, because they don't know who I am, from where I came. But the moment they saw my work, they started appreciating. You know, like, "Ye banda kuch karega, ye ladka kuch karega." From there to today, where, you know, even if we release one small trailer or teaser or trailer, they receive it with such open arms, and I just have to thank them. And one thing I'll tell them, I'm not somebody who will take them for granted. I know till we meet their expectation, I will never let it go. So we work hard. it's more than this thing, it's their pride. So we have to work for them and we have to keep them happy, and I just have to thank them. That's all. It doesn't matter. There is another language between me and my fans. They'll understand. We will never let them down. Especially, I am here because of my fans, and I really want to thank each one of you.
All right, so before I wrap up this lovely conversation with you, Yash, I would want you to just wrap up with a dialogue of yours. Anyone.
April 14th, may I come in? Is that okay?
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. It was lovely chatting with you, and all the best for your film.
Thank you.